Hello, so welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our interview with Brinda Pamulapati, whose solo show is currently up in our gallery and online at Venvi Art Gallery. Thank you for talking with me today.
Sure, it's my pleasure, Bella. How are you doing? I'm so
I'm
thrilled.
good. I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Good. So my first question, in reference to the title and kind of the theme of your show, which is revitalization, a lot of this work is a product of quarantine and having extra time on your hands to reflect on your art practice and come out of this time like stronger and revitalized. So I was wondering, what were some of the things that you really learned about yourself and your art practice during this time of downtime and reflection?
So this quarantine's been so sad that people had to be confined to their house. But luckily, in my case, I started doing more of gardening. And most of my life I spent in cities. Yeah, and not much of gardening. And this time, when I saw the vegetable grow, it was so easy and so rewarding. Uh, I had a different mindset. All my like noises in my mind shut down. It disappeared. It looked like a new world with new earth or new world within the life I am, within the earth I am living in. So everything went away, cleaned up, and I started getting new ideas. It was easy for me to connect more things. And this sari, what my mother had left it in my house many years ago, because my dad gifted to her during her early ages, and she was not able to discard it, and she left it in my house. So when I saw that, I thought then people would really enjoy seeing the intricate designs. And I already have been working on abstract art, and I decided to combine those two. So this was a real benefit of staying home and doing gardening and clearing the mind and coming up with new ideas. I really enjoyed this part of the years.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. Such inspiration coming from different places. And people have definitely been enjoying the Saree series.
Yeah, it looks so different, the gardening and the painting, but everything is connected. It's just your mind being clean and trying to come up with inventive ideas.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yes. Okay, so next is I was also wondering about, you talked a little bit about where you got some inspiration from, but what is your most recent inspiration? Maybe person, artist, or anything like that? Or you said the sari and of course the gardening, but if you wanted to add anything.
Yeah, my inspiration is always my professor, my mentor, Jacob Pichadze from Toronto. He's always been my inspiration, and he really taught the art, painting techniques and everything. And he also made me realize the authentic myself. So I used to do realistic art or do even abstract art. They were not my authentic ideas. It would be inspiration from somewhere, and I really didn't know what exactly I wanted until I met him, and he spent time with me and realized that I was I was damn good in doing abstract work and I should do that. And I really agree with that, and I've been enjoying painting more after his mentorship. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's like teachers just have that influence, and that's so great.
I'm so lucky to have a nice mentor who could influence me in the way I want to paint.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so great. So what is your your process? How do you like start your abstract paintings, or how do you start any painting?
Large part of my artwork creation is only my thought process. I keep thinking about my art, like the how the final piece should look. I keep thinking about it for a long time, maybe of some few days, weeks, months, years, depending on the art itself. So I just keep imagining the end result of the impact of the art. So then I settle down, I just do the composition on my composition book, and I decide on everything, and I start painting. So painting part is you've acquired the skill and you've done it so many times, so that goes swiftly. And then the entire imagination is, it comes to an end at some time in the mid part of the creation process. So stage one is creating it. Stage two is the what we have been imagining that's being created. But then again, there's another process called finishing, which starts from this middle stage to the finishing is more so different from what we imagined. So we should be really prepared for that last stage, and it requires a lot of strength and boldness to go into the unknown zone at the end before finishing what we call as finishing. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that part is very exciting. It's like falling from the cliff. It is very scary
yeah,
but also
yeah.
enjoyable.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Absolutely. That's really cool. So this is your second solo show with this gallery, and you've had a lot of other shows that you've been a part of. So I'm wondering just about how has your work and the way you work changed maybe over the years?
My work, yeah, I started with abstract work, and it's I think it has a subtle influence on the curations I do too. I have to agree with it. When I curate other works like Ray Burgraff has color fields, and I keep watching it so closely, and sometimes I see some of those little bit of other works also in my work. At the end, so there's a subconscious influence in curating or choosing people, and then now how I evolved is more of my theme is more colors, textures, value contrast, light. So I try to work more on that, learn, and keep working on that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that has a big influence.
And I never thought I would go into mixed media when I started, but now I'm enjoying it too. So we
Oh, that's
never know what
great.
we'll enjoy. Just try it.
Yeah, I love that. That's really great. Okay, so I was also wondering how you approach the Saree series differently from any of your abstract paintings, if that process differs at all.
The abstract painting, I think about the composition first, and I imagine how the outcome should be, and then do the composition and start painting. But for the Saree series, it dictates the composition. So it has a design in its text material. So I cannot come and start with a different design. So I should extend the design, and then it already starts with a color and pattern. So I just extend that and then take over it abstract. So it is more, it is more defined by the material I'm using, then the outcome. Then as I work, then it comes, unfolds, the beauty unfolds.
Yeah, absolutely. It has its own presence and its own inspiration. That's really cool. Yeah. Great.
Right.
Okay. So what circumstances or environment do you think really influenced you in choosing to become a visual artist?
Okay, I love this. I love to talk about this because as a child, my mom in India, back in India, they used to practice rangoli in the night with in the book. So she would also give me a graph book, put dots, and ask me to go over the same rangoli. And I think that I developed focus and love for drawing along with my mother, practicing along with my mother. I would just be 4 years, 5 years, just to babysit. She would give me a lot of materials to draw along with her, and I would really be, I thought I was good in it. I am sure there was, my mom would say, yeah, it's so good, you're doing well. So then then the school also saw that I was very matured in my drawing. Maybe I developed the skill with my mom. So school also fanned my passion. And I used to have elder four sisters. So in their they were doing biology, zoology, and with the record work, I used to help them, and with the projects, I used to help them. I used to love helping with drawings, project, anything. Not studying, right? So I used to help them, and I think I developed focus because of these practices, drawings, and I became good in math too. Math needs focus. For any subject, to become good in any subject, you need focus. So drawing is a very a raw skill to develop focus. And I think I had the privilege of developing it with my elders in the house.
That's so cool. Yes, yes, yes. I definitely relate with that. Yeah, I love when you're like little and you're drawing with your parents or your grandparents. That's so great. I love that. Okay, so some of the most popular pieces of this show, everybody comes in and is like, I would love to see the Saree series. They're super into that. And they're beautiful. And I was just wondering if you plan on continuing, if you see a future in continuing the Saree series.
Yes, I'm planning on bringing more abstract concepts into the Sari series and making it more interesting. I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very cool. And my final question is, what do you want people mostly to take away from this show?
Yeah. What I would want them to do is, I was a little scared when I started the Sari series, but what do you lose? Either you people like it, or you just keep it in your house or in your shelf. So there's nothing to lose. Either you are successful or you learn from your experiences, right? So one of the artists, Ray Burgroff, used to tell this to me, and that keeps ringing in my mind so much. Yeah, there's nothing to lose, or there's nothing called failure. You either you're successful or you learn from your mistakes. So you're learning all the time. So in life, we try to learn many things. So just try innovative things, not only in art, but any field you are in. Don't be afraid to try because you might lose. It's okay. There's nothing called losing. Yeah.
That's great. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for talking with
Yeah.
me.
I would like to add,
Yeah.
this one came to my mind like in my childhood. So I used to be drawing so much, and the school used to appreciate and all that. But and during summer holidays, I used to look at my dad's. My dad had encyclopedia, Britannica encyclopedia. Those days it was famous. So I would not read, but look at the pictures and look at the Renaissance abstract pictures and the African artwork. And in the Renaissance pictures, I could see that I can walk inside the room, go behind the person. They had a three-dimension value modulation and get the space within the page, right? So that kind of skill I did not have, and my drawing was always flat on the paper. So I was very inquisitive, and how I can get there. How is that their painting is so different from mine? I used to do watercolor and then acrylic paint, but I didn't know the oil has so many techniques which makes you allows you to do all that. So it kept residing in my mind until I finished my bachelor's, master's, and again I went to many classes to learn that, and I ended up becoming an abstract artist from admiring the Renaissance painting from the encyclopedia. So that's a funny thing that I wanted to share.
That's great. Yes, absolutely. There's so many differences between them. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Show kids a lot of pictures. We don't know what they will pick up from where.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Take them to the galleries,
Yeah,
museums.
that's
Yeah.
great. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Well, if there's anything else, thank you guys for watching and have a good day.